What's up, my people? Welcome to my channel once again. And if you've just plugged in for the first time, you know what to do. Just subscribe and of course give me that thumb, the like button, and drop your message for of course this same video that I'm shooting here. Now, of course, some of you will wondering why I'm actually having what we call a radio on my radio receiver here. It's all about today touring a radio station, one of the biggest radio stations in of course West Nile, Uganda. Of course, talking about the biggest radio station, it's of course in terms of coverage, okay? Because it covers parts of South Sudan, South Sudan, and of course DR Congo and Uganda as well. Now, of course, today, that's what we'll be doing today. And in this radio station, we're getting in, and of course, we're finding where the magic actually happens in this radio station. We tour some of the departments, and of course, we'll be reaching up to the studio, okay, where the magic happens. So what do we do? Of course, it's all about following me, and of course, I'll be showing you what to do. So let's get in, and of course, get the show started, okay? Now this is the station, so let's check on of course the security guards here if they are here, and well, they seem not to be there, but what we do is let's check on the next department, which of course this is the newsroom where actually the editors actually and the reporters work on their news from here, and before the news is actually taken online. Now, if my cameraman can show you the computers here, okay, there are computers here. Of course, there's a locker there, and of course, this is what we call the newsroom, okay. The newsroom editors tend to do with news. Everything about news is not worked on here. Of course, we have here is the changeover switch, okay. These are part of the radio equipments, where of course actually as to why you're hearing sound from here, okay. So let's check in the antenna, and of course, and it's an antenna which has actually stayed for about 25 years, about 25 years, yeah. And of course the cameraman can actually come with me here, and the antenna is what we actually use to getting what we call a wide coverage, okay, very wide coverage. And of course down here, as you can see, there's a brush touched house here. It's normally used to actually keep what we call the transmitter. So the transmitter is actually in here, and it's normally used to convert actually electric sound, okay, into it's normally used to of course convert sound into electric impulses. That's what you normally hear in your radio set, okay. Now, if of course the transmitter is not there, and then that means you cannot hear sound, okay. So sound from the studio, from the microphone to the mixture or the console is normally sent to the transmitter, and from the transmitter it's normally converted into what we call electric impulses, and that's what you hear from actually your radio set. So the next of course I think we're going to do is let's move to the reception. I never wanted to actually do this first, but I felt like since it's outside, and due to actually the arrangement of the studio or the station, I feel like we can do this first, and then we move to what we call the reception. So what we do is let's get to the reception and see what they have in the reception. Let's go. of course, the reception room, the boardroom actually, where of course the staff meetings are done. And of course, if you're a visitor, you actually come through here and sit here, and of course you're helped from here. Of course, I have a DSTV screen here. Of course, you watch football from here. What we call tables are here, of course, for you to sit, you relax yourself here. I also have the radio here for you to monitor. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is to monitor what's going on here. But let me turn it off again. They also have water here, okay? Fresh water, jib water. Of course, if you want to quench your thirst, you also have water here. Let me do something here. I test whether it is hot or it's cold. Some quick one here because I'm also thirsty. This is quite cold water. Awesome, amazing room here. What is there? What is behind? But of course, that's how it is. Okay, my cameraman can show you some of course, the boxes here. These are Bibles. Of course, for the station. Let me see. Jonathan Kellerman Butchers. That's what was brought here for. But of course, let's check in. Of course, at the next office, which is the finance office. Okay, the finance office is where we're going to the cashier, and we'll see what happens in the cashier's office. Follow me. We'll see through. So moving on to, of course, the next office, which is the cashier's office. That my cameraman can show you where, of course, the cashier's office. Come on. If you can show, that's where the cashier's office is. Okay. If you can move closer, please. Diana, can you say hi?
Hi.
Yeah, that's Diana, and of course, everything to do with finance normal happens here. Okay. Now you don't have to, of course, come and do transactions with anybody here. Always, this is the office. Okay. Anything to do with money, finance, it's normal done here, and of course I should issue a receipt for any transaction that happens on behalf of the station. So the next office here is the station manager's office. Okay, anything to do with administration, anything to do with of course management is normal done from here. But of course the office is locked for today. Yeah, but of course probably tomorrow he'll be of course here. And of course the next office is production office. Okay, now this is where of course the magic also happens. Anything to do with production happens here. The programs director also sits in this office. Okay, but he has just gone out because yeah, it's time for lunch actually, so he has gone out for lunch, and probably making it back in about 20 minutes. Okay, this is where the magic also happens. The production, anything to do with anything which goes on air, okay, is done here. When you have your music, it's actually of course recruited from here. Okay, when you bring a music, it's listened to from here before it goes on air. So music does not go on air without being scrutinized from the production room. Okay, so the next is we're going to where the magic actually happens, which is of course the on air studio. Okay, that is where we're going to. Okay, and
Gadget.
biometric gadget. So if I don't actually, well, if my thumb does not work, then that means I have to use my pin to get into the studio. Yeah, so get into the studio. So my cameraman, he can come through and just come in and lock the door, because every time you get into the studio, it's you have to lock the door. Okay, you don't have to leave it open. Yeah, so this is where the magic happens. Okay, everything that you hear on air actually goes from here. So we have our guests who normally sit here, and then the microphones are always here, but some of them are actually being used in the production room, and they're not here. Okay, so this is where the magic actually happens. Everything you hear on air happens from here. Okay, if my cameraman can push a little bit closer here, come closer and show my viewer here what is actually happening here. So this is the console, okay, and this is the microphone that the main presenter actually uses to do the show. Okay, so if I'm on air and then I will sit here, yeah, so this is where I sit. So this is the microphone. Of course I speak through this and it gets here. This is the mixture, they normally call it the console, and this is the monitor where I play my adverts, I play my music from, and I also have the recorder here. Okay, I have the recorder. Now if it's hot, we normally put the fan on. The fan is up there. Okay, if my cameraman can show you also, the fan is up there. Yeah, we normally have it of course if it's hot. Like if it's hot, you're not feeling okay, you put it on. Okay, I guess that's all we can talk for now. If I'm on air, then I sit here, I this is where I handle the program from. Everything is here. I have all these announcements, DJ mentions, whatsoever. Everything is done from here. Well, I guess that's all what I can talk about. Okay, hit me on, of course, that like button and subscribe. You know what to do always, and of course drop me that message and those questions as well. I'll be reading them later on, and of course answering your questions of course in the next video. That's all what you had. Radio is just very simple, by the way. It's not all that so difficult. It's all about controlling everything here, and of course your voice as well. That's all about radio. And of course I'll see you in the next video. Please don't forget to, of course, hit that thumb, and of course subscribe, and of course your message as well. I'm out. Peace out.